Hey, tarot fans. Welcome to Timeless Tarot. I'm Cindy, and it's Friday. So, this is your weekend romance, weekend love connection energy. What I'm going to do is present you with 3 charms, and I want you to just pick whichever charm is most attractive, most appealing to you, whichever one you feel most drawn to. And that will designate your group 1, 2, or 3. And then I'm going to read a 9-card spread for each one of the groups, 3 cards for your energy going into the weekend with regard to your relationship, to your love energy. 3 cards for the energy of your person, and then 3 cards for the energy attached to the connection itself. And this is just for the weekend of October 24th. Oh, there will be timestamps. So if you're in group 3, you don't have to watch everything there is for group 1 and 2, and so you're certainly welcome to, but if you want to skip ahead to just watch your group, there will be timestamps in the description box below. Also, if you could please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. This is a new channel, so it will really, really, really help me out, and it's very much appreciated if you find any of this helpful. If it resonates, great, the reading's for you. If it doesn't resonate, just click off. It's not for you. There may be something, you can check some of my other postings, some of my other videos. There may be something in there for you, or check back next time. But if it resonates, hang out, see what I have to say, see what the cards have to say. So first 3 charms. So for group 1, got this little silver charm here. This is you, group 1. I'm pretty sure that's a monarch butterfly. Could be some other kind of butterfly, but I'm going to go with monarch for this. So group 1, if this is really appealing to you, this is you, group 1. Group 2 is going to be this little gold charm here. And it's a little tree of life. Actually, I'm going to turn that around this way so you can see it better. It's a little tree of life with a heart in a heart, and that will be you for group 2. And if this charm, which is a little wooden charm, is what you're feeling drawn to, you will be in group 3. This is not an official Nordic or Icelandic rune. It's just some little witchy charms that I saw that I thought were cute. It does have a meaning attached to it, and I will get into that when I get into your reading for group 3. So again, to recap, charm 1, group 1, charm 2 for group 2, and charm 3 for group 3. All right, so if you are in group 1 with the butterfly, we're just about to start yours. So 9 cards for group 1. Oh, actually, I've got an oracle card here that I had pulled. I had pre-selected 3 cards and attached them to 1, 2, and 3, but I didn't actually turn them over, so we'll see. If you were in group 1, you get the lover. Cool. And actually, it's the lover singular, not the lovers like in the tarot card. This is an oracle deck, not an actual tarot deck. But so that's kind of interesting. Looks like a swan there. And you get the lovers for group 1. So the overall energy looks to be pretty magnificent. That looks like a swan. I'm reminded immediately of the ugly duckling story. So, and all of that light looks like somebody's feeling pretty good, stepping into their own, maybe. The energy of arrival, maybe. I'm guessing that if you are in group 1, you might have a big fun weekend planned ahead. So let's see what the energy is for you. Your energy, 3 cards. You get the 3 of Cups in reverse, the Six of Pentacles in the upright, and the Six of Swords in the upright. So you got 2 6s and a 3 in reverse there. That's your energy going into the weekend. For your person, also, these energies can be reversed, so you can switch them around, but generally I read them as your energy first and then your person's energy next. For your person, they get the Page of Wands in reverse, the Hangman in the upright, and the Two of Cups. All right. And for the energy attached to the connection itself, you get the Ace of Wands. That's always a good card to see in a connection. The Knight of Swords and the Queen of Wands, all in the upright. All right. So let's just take a second here. Your energy, okay. Starting out with you, your energy, that Three of Cups in the reverse, is a little bit flanked by those 2 6s. It looks like there's definitely a feeling of balance and a feeling of harmony and a feeling of moving forward and a feeling of progress. But there's a little question there about maybe you're maybe starting out with maybe this party that you're going to is not something that you're really 100% looking forward to, as much as you've stepped into your own and you're feeling like feeling really good about yourself, feeling really solid. Maybe you're actually feeling solid enough that you just would rather stay home. I don't get a really super negative vibe off of it, but I do get sort of the vibe of maybe a hangover. maybe you've been doing maybe you've been indulging quite a bit and you want to just take a break from that. Still very positive energy, but it looks like you might actually, surprisingly, I was expecting it to be more of a party vibe, given that we had the Lover on the first as the overall energy, but it might be just sort of a let's stay in, Netflix and chill kind of moment for you going into this weekend. All right. Okay. And the energy of attached to your person, they get the Page of Wands in reverse, the Hangman in the upright, and also the Two of Cups. It's actually pretty mirroring energy there. There's a feeling of, again, sort of a feeling of staying in. I'm not completely unenthused, but maybe our relationship, actually the feeling I get from your person is that the relationship is maybe going through a bit of a transformation, and a transformation in a good way, moving from all fun and games and that first, what do they call it? Limerence, from all of that limerence moment where we want to go out and we want to expend a ton of energy and maybe a ton of money on doing all of these fun activities. Summer activity. Summer's over. That's kind of the read I'm feeling off of the group one from both energies. It might be for some of you, it'll be a summer romance that is actually just starting to move into the fall and just starting, looks to be developing in a very good way and at a reasonable pace. And it looks like both parties are coming from the same space, the same mindset of moving into something maybe a little bit more serious, transformation in a good way to something a little bit more serious. So that's cool. And the energy for the connection, let's just see if that backs that up. You get the Ace of Wands in the upright, and that's definitely a signal of attraction. There's definitely attraction there. And the Knight of Swords in the upright on the waning, and the Queen of Wands on the upright on the waxing. So again, actually this just says, this sort of reinforces that There is definitely, definitely the two of you are going to be experiencing some attraction, let's call it, and a growing confidence. I would say a growing confidence in the relationship itself, looking forward, and it looks like any kind of conflict or any kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Just any kind of mental fears, mental discord of any kind looks to be heading out. And what's coming in to replace it, swords are on their way out and the wands are on their way in. So overall, I would say group one, you are most likely going to end up with spending some really good quality time with your person and moving your relationship into possibly a deeper, more, I don't want to say more adult, but maybe less partying phase of your relationship. So cool. That's great. That's what I got for you. Hope this helped. Put it in the comments if it did, and let me know how your weekend went. It looks to be shaping up to be pretty good, actually. Nice fall weekend for you. All right. So coming up next, we have group two. Group two. Again, this is your charm. So if this was your charm, you are in group two. And the overall energy for your reading is, oracle card is, the shape shifter. The shape shifter. Not sure what I think about that. The immediate thing that comes to mind is a feeling of duplicity. Which isn't always bad. I mean, people can be duplicitous for good reasons sometimes. And it can also be, sometimes we are somewhat duplicitous while we're still making up our minds. So attached to that charm, when I read the two in conjunction, again, it's a feeling of transformation, but there is a little feeling of duplicity there. That shapeshifter is something I don't quite like. So let's take a look. We'll see who that is or what's going on with that. It could just be that the relationship is taking on a new tone or a new color. So the first three cards for you, you get the Five of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Wands in the upright, and the Six of Wands in the reverse. All right, that's a lot of energy being, that's a lot of energy that's trying to be focused. It actually looks like multiple people here. So it could be that this weekend is going to involve more than just you and your person. You're not doing just you, and they're not doing just you and you. It looks like there's more people involved. Could be a family gathering or something like that. Something very social. But the feeling of it overall is a little bit heavy. I would say there could be some, you're feeling maybe a little tired, a little bit harder to stay focused on what's important to you, distracted, and also possibly frustrated. There's a feeling of frustration. So going into this weekend, it looks like you have been working very hard, and I want to, the word that the feeling that keeps coming to mind is a frustrated feeling over petty arguments. So it might be that you're coming into this weekend feeling a little bit crunchy about your relationship, in particular where it's been focused, the focus has been in your relationship of late. I don't know what that would be, but perhaps you would like to maybe be focused on something else. Maybe you'd like to be focused on something more meaningful to you, or something that feels a little less petty. Like I don't know, maybe your partner is super focused on lawn care right now, or making sure it's the fall, so making sure that the house is all battened down and that the leaves are done, and you just are not feeling it. I'm not getting any major kind of breaks or anything, but your energy is a bit frustrated and doesn't want to participate in whatever the main focus is of this weekend. So sorry about that. For your person, the main energy that they get, that's interesting, is the Seven of Swords in the upright, the Moon in reverse, and the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I think we found our shapeshifter here. Your person, it looks to be like they are reaching some of their own conclusions, and they may not be sharing those conclusions with you. They're getting clarity around something that's been bubbling around in their subconscious for a while. They've clearly given it some thought. They've made some decisions, and they may not be sharing them with you yet. And it looks like with that Two of Pentacles in reverse there, most likely the reason they haven't shared those decisions with you yet is because they haven't fully processed what it means. I think that what's on their mind right now, and remember, these are, I'm just looking at weekend energy, so don't get too freaked out. People's energies change a lot. Can be very changeable, but it looks like at the moment, at the time of this reading, your person's energy, or yours, if the roles are reversed, your person's energy is, they're keeping their thoughts to themselves with increasing clarity, and they're contemplating some changes. And I think there's definitely still some work going on mentally for them, and you may end up having a conversation that hopefully is a meaningful conversation, but there's a hurdle of some sort here. So it looks like one party, it really doesn't want to talk about it. Maybe it's something, you would know what it is better than me, but whatever it is maybe been talked about in one party's view enough. and I don't want to deal with this anymore. This is the same conversation. We keep coming back to the same thing. And the other party might be going silent, which isn't always a good thing. So let's see, the overall energy for the connection itself. We get the Six of Swords in reverse. The Queen of Swords in the upright, and the Two of Wands in the upright. Okay, that is the energy of, how do I put it? Nobody's going anywhere anytime soon, but everybody's going to be taking a good hard look. This is quite a serious weekend. Last weekend looked a lot, or group one's reading looked a lot later. This is a pretty serious reading in that there's a discussion that needs to be had, isn't being had quite yet, but the good news is there is the Queen of Swords here in the upright, which is discernment, clear thinking, taking in the information, and processing it. And there's also the Two of Wands in the upright, which after all those wands in your energy, it looks like we're going to finish off with a new plan. A new plan of some sort is in the energetic field. I don't know whether it's really being discussed yet. I get the feeling that it isn't. I don't think this weekend, some of you it will break out. Doesn't look like it's going to break out into a fight as much as it will break out into maybe serious discussion. But for most of you, I don't think you're actually going to end up having the discussion this weekend, as much as it's more of an internal process on both of your sides. So it looks like both of you have some things that you need to clear up, and it looks like you're both on the way to actually getting those cleared up. Doesn't look like a break, but doesn't look like a break at all. I don't see a break at all, but I definitely see that there's something on the table there that both parties' needs aren't really being met in some way. The one party wants to talk about it, but they're not ready to, and the other party is, and that might be the shape-shifting party, whereby there's like an underlying tension. That's the word I'm looking for. There's an underlying tension, and so they might be on the surface all fine. Somebody comes over, everything's all fine, but when it's just the two of you alone, you might have that awkward tension there, because there is one party that doesn't want to discuss this problem anymore, and the other party does, and is still working through it, and is still trying to figure out what they want to say. And it looks like that conversation's coming. So good luck with that. Let me know again in the comments if that resonates with you. Let me know in the comments, even later on, if you want to come back or you see it later. I'd love to hear if how that worked out for you. So group 3, if you chose this little wooden charm here, you are in group 3. This charm actually represents a scythe, which is, among other things, a lawn care instrument. Was used for cutting grass. It's also associated with death. So could be, for some of you, it could be dealing with a closing chapter here, but for others, it could be just dealing with maintenance, right? Got to cut the grass. You want to keep things growing, you got to tend it. So we'll see what's up for you. If this was your charm, you are in group 3. And the oracle card that you get, interesting, is the box. So immediately there, that makes me definitely see or feel, you can tell all of the parameters of this, quite confining, makes me feel almost a feeling of trapped, certainly a feeling of limitations. And so when it comes to relationships, limitations are absolutely necessary for most of us, because we are crazy little animals. But most of us don't like to feel them. We don't mind the yoke, provided we're not aware that it's there. So let's see, between the two of those, there could be something interesting coming up for you. The immediate energy I get off of it is a little bit heavy. It's probably the heaviest of the 3. Shuffle these one more time. All right, and the energy I get for you is the King of Cups in the reverse. Oh, the 3 of Wands in the reverse, and the Chariot in the upright. Well, in a word, or in a phrase, I think what we got here is the energy going into the weekend for you is, I'm going to make the best of it. Something in your past didn't go quite as expected, and your openness toward it is still there, but not as open as it was. That being said, you're still optimistic, you're still emotionally balanced, and you're going to go ahead and check it out. There's some willpower here. Whatever you're bringing willpower to this weekend, it looks like you're going to govern yourself, and you're still in, but you're not quite as open-hearted as you were before whatever expectation didn't meet your expectations, probably quite recently. So something happened quite recently that that didn't quite meet your expectations, and so we've gone from a Knight of Cups, all open-hearted with his cup, prancing towards love and relationships, to, oh, boo. Maybe I'm still going. I'm still going. Look at him. I'm definitely still going, but I'm not quite as open and enthused about it as I was until recently. So that's not, it's not ideal, but not terrible. All right, your person's energy gets the Page of Pentacles in the upright, the Knight of Wands in the upright, ooh, and the Tower. Huh. Oh, and underneath the, I got two cards for that, Knight of Wands, pulled two by accident. One, the second one under it is the Seven of Swords. Interesting, in the upright. Well, your person's energy, they are still similarly, perhaps a little less willfully so, but similarly, they are looking at this relationship as well. They are looking at the assessing whether the relationship is going to actually be what they want. Whether it might be a situation where you know, when you first, if you're in a newer relationship, you know, when you first meet someone and you might be all fired up about them, but they might have a certain characteristic that doesn't quite jam or gel with something that is kind of important to you. It just came to me like you've got cats and they're allergic to cats, and you're like, oh, how am I going to make this work? It doesn't seem like it's a super big thing, and they are definitely there's still enthusiasm there. But again, there's a little bit of duplicity attached to it, which might be, again, somebody keeping something to themselves. And then with that Tower coming in, I wouldn't be surprised if if your person ends up some sort of event, some sort of catalyst that just sort of puts them over the top. And changes their mind about something. So let's take a look at the energy of the relationship itself. Ooh, the Eight of Swords in reverse. Remember that our overall energy was this box, and then you get the Eight of Swords of reverse in reverse. That's a jailbreak. That's a jailbreak, and that's flanked by the Page of Cups in reverse. And Strength. Well, the overwhelming vibe I'm getting at this point is somebody is definitely feeling trapped or hemmed in. And there's going to be a come to Jesus moment about it. And that particular person is looking to actually, that's what it is. Okay, yeah, somebody is feeling, one of these two parties is definitely feeling trapped and hemmed in. The other one, I think, is catching on. Oops. That's my dog. Pixie, come here. Pixie. Come here, Pixie. That's enough. Be quiet. Sorry about that. I got a Pomeranian. Here, Pix. I'll lift you up. Come here, sweets. Come on, you can do it. See? Pixie. Pomeranians, they bark. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, one of the parties is definitely feeling hemmed in, and it looks like the other party is going to catch on. And I have a feeling that the other party is going to be quite maybe surprised and apologetic. I don't think they mean to hem you in. And finishing off the weekend after this catalytic moment comes, is dealt with and passes, you're finishing off on Strength, which is very auspicious. It's an 8 card, Major Arcana, Abundance. You can see here. I would also take this as advice. you get more bees with honey. You see that this woman here is very gently taming the lion. She's not whipping it or being mean to it, but with gentle perseverance and understanding, kindness. Maybe we can help this person who is not actually trapped, but feeling trapped, which if someone feels trapped, you kind of got to honor that and help them. It may not make any sense to you. You may not see that you would feel trapped in the same situation, but somebody who's feeling trapped needs to be released. And they can release themselves. But it looks like the other party in this relationship is not wanting is wanting to help, is not wanting this person to stay that way, and that they are probably feeling a bit remorseful, possibly apologetic for whatever part they may have played in getting you guys to this situation. But the good news is, it looks like by the end of the weekend, the situation is going to erupt and be resolved peacefully. So can't do much better than that. All right, that's what I got for you. Hope this helped. If you found any of this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, and leave me a comment. That would be fantastic. And hope I see you next time. Thanks. Bye.